Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. In this video, we will be talking about white women tears. Now, recently we have the Karen epidemic in the past few years, especially during COVID, when Karens would just go run amok in public places. Oh, they can't wear a mask because, oh, for whatever reason. Okay, then why you got out in public? That's beside the point. Now, this isn't just now. This has been going on for like probably centuries. And what I noticed about these Karens is that they are a lot like Miss Millie from The Color Purple. If you don't know about Miss Millie, Color Purple, 1985, with Whoopi Goldberg, Oprah Winfrey, and all of them. Miss Millie is the white lady in the scene with Oprah's character Sophia. And while she is racist, she has apparently a fetish for black children, I guess. She's all up on Sophia's kids, talking about, oh wow, your kids are so nice and clean, well put together. Would you like to come be my maid? And Sophia said what a lot of us would have said. I would have said it too. Hell no. Miss Millie's like, excuse me, what you say? Sophia does not stutter. She says it again. Hell no. Now the townspeople are starting to get on this. Now Miss Millie is the wife of the mayor of the town they live in. And the mayor comes in and is like, what'd you say to my wife? Sophia says it again. She's like, I said hell. And before she gets to say nah, the mayor just Will Smiths her right upside the face. To everybody's shock, I guess. But, oh no, he don't mess with the wrong one. Because Sophia just looks up like this. Even the guy in the background be like, oh, Miss Sophia, no, 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 no. Balls up her fist. And KO's the mayor. We can't see it because the train interrupts it, drives in front of the camera. But because she's a black woman who punched the mayor's lights out, the white mayor's lights out, all the white townspeople start coming at her. Next thing you know, she gets beat up, arrested, and thrown in prison for a long time. And all these years go by later. And guess what Sophia has to do? When she gets out, she has to be Miss Millie's maid. She did all that so she didn't have to be the maid, and now look what happened. When Sophia gets out of prison, Miss Millie has this new car that she don't even know how to drive. So Sophia has to be the one to teach her how to drive it. And Miss Millie is the reason they say women can't drive. Like she swerves, get ready to hit people over, run people over. And it's Christmas time, around this time. So she decides to do the first good thing she's probably ever done in her life and take Sophia home to see her family for Christmas. As Sophia said, it would have been the first time she saw her kids in 8 years. Wow, 8 years is crazy. So that Christmas day, she drives Sophia back to her family's house. Sophia is all up in the house for like probably only like a few minutes, doesn't even get to take her coat off, and Miss Millie's already showing her ass. Remember, she can't drive this car, so she's trying to drive away, but she gets it in reverse. She can't get it out of reverse. So Sophia's black family has to be the one to help her, change things so she can go the right way. But because they're black men trying to help her, she wants to start playing victim. Getting ready to crash her car because she can't drive it. She sees black men coming around the car. And what does she assume? Them black men try to attack me.
Shut up!
Like, no, get away. I've always been good to you people. You trying to attack me. I've always been people. I've always got out of my way for the colors. Is what you did to Sophia considered good? Well, realistically, no. But in your mind, yes. Like, it doesn't matter about the real story. As long as you think you're right, you are. And everybody else's opinion is null and void. Oh no, honey. That's not how the world works. Then when Sophia comes outside to see what's going on, she's like, oh, Miss Millie was wrong. Miss Millie's white ass had the nerve to sit there and say, how could you leave me for so long?
Shut up!
Like, this was your idea. You decided to drive her to your family. Well, first you're out there lying, talking about the black men tried to attack her. Then she's blaming Sophia, as if it wasn't her idea to drive Sophia home. Sophia only got to see her family for a few minutes, then she had to turn around and take you home. And barely getting time with her own family, just because you don't know how to act. But Sophia doesn't want to leave yet, so she tries to see if one of her family members can drive Miss Millie home. And she's like, oh no, I can't be in no car with no strange colored man. Oh, okay. She's like, well, I can have my sister drive you home. I don't know her either. You don't know anybody black but Sophia. Shut up. While the character Miss Millie is what you would call a Karen nowadays. Back in that time, and before that time of slavery, she would be called Miss Anne. If you've never heard of the Miss Anne archetype, she is a white woman who is racist and thinks she is above black people and black men. Especially, this is a name that was used by black people to describe people like that. It could also be used to call black women who are self-haters and coons and think they're above their own race, like uppity black women, but mostly used for the white women. Nowadays, we call them Karen. Male equivalent to that would be Mr. Charlie, who can use, you can say the same thing about white men that are racist or self-hating black men. So before there was Karen, there was Miss Anne. Now, we can joke about this and laugh about it, but like, oh, it's just Karen being Karen. Well, it's not always that funny, because back in Miss Millie's era, in around like 20th century, that was the era where white women can just hoot and holler and put on the fake white tears and claim that black men attacked her or something, and then America will buy into it. That's how we got situations like Emmett Till and the Scottsboro Boys. Now, I don't want to get all dramatic about it, but it's very much true. Remember, 1955, Emmett Till was 14 years old. He goes to visit his family in Mississippi for the summer. He goes into this grocery store that is owned by a white family. And the white lady that was working the counter, she's talking about how he whistled at her or like he attacked her, assaulted her.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my god, stop fucking lying.
And then 4 days later, her husband and his brother came and kidnapped Emmett from the family's home. Take him to a remote area like a farmland or a barn, something like that, and beat him to death, disfigured him, and then threw his mangled body in a river. And then his mother had to be the one to bring his body back to Chicago, where they were from, and give an open casket funeral and publicize pictures of his destroyed body as a lesson of what could happen in situations like that. And then at trial, she's talking about, oh, and he grabbed me by the wrist, and then grabbed me by the waist, talking about, oh, he's been with white women before, and threatened to assault her or something.
You's lying, right?
Only for decades later to find out the ratchet bitch lied. And then there's the Scottsboro Boys, who in 1931 in Scottsboro, Alabama, it was like 9 young black men were accused of raping 2 white women on the train, and they were sentenced to death. Obviously, back then, they would just believe whatever the white woman said. Only thing now is that we have camera phones and video evidence to prove that it didn't happen, so things don't go down like that anymore. It's not the 30s or the 50s anymore. Nowadays, people's lives can be saved because of cameras and technology. And people like Miss Millie and all of them will never change, because that's just what the hell they are, how they are as people. That's how they were brought up. That's how they carry themselves. Whenever they get caught out, they have excuses after excuse after excuse. And even the chance that they do apologize, they still make themselves the victim. And some of these are the same people that would be like, oh, I'm not racist, I watch BET, or I can't be racist, I have black friends. And you sound even more racist because you're trying to make excuses to why you're not racist after you did some bullshit. I'd rather know exactly where you stand and that you are racist and that you got a problem with me because of the color of my skin, than for me to be walking around with rose-colored glasses on because you're fake. And they got the nerve to call it the United States and the land of the free. Well, shit, I can't tell, because we live in a country where people get harassed, beat up, threatened, or even killed because of the color of their skin and their ethnicity. Until you white supremacists get your heads out of your asses and wipe that all lives matter racist bullshit out of your minds, which you won't, then I don't want to hear shout-outs about a land of the free or the home of the brave, like that national anthem that you like to quote. Now, before some of y'all come in the comments and try to call me racist or try to say that I'm just claiming all white people racist, just shut up. I did not make this video to attack any race or to call all white people racist, because I didn't. I came on here to talk about a serious issue that happens in our society today, happened decades ago, way worse. And The Color Purple is one of my all-time favorite movies, and they have a character that goes right into that archetype, so I use that as the example for this video. So that was my video, Miss Millie as a Karen. If you liked the video, go ahead and hit the like button and feel free to subscribe and hit the bell notification so I get notified when I post a new video. And feel free to leave a comment too. Alright, that's the end of my video. See ya.